The fighter in the blue corner weighed in at 77 kilograms. Represents Dell's Fitness Center. He is making his debut this evening. Please put your hands together for DAMIAN SKIBA. Fighting out of the red corner at 77 kilograms, representing MMA Den, making his debut. Please put your hands together for LUCAZ GUDANOWSKI. This is a welterweight semi-pro mixed martial arts bout to be contested over 2 4-minute rounds.
So we have 2 men making their debut here. DAMIAN SKIBA, Dell's Fitness Center, in the blue corner against LUCAZ GUDANOWSKI from the MMA Den in the red. And Josh, this will be a huge learning curve for them. It's a big stage to be making your debut on.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a great arena here at Fusion Fighting Championship, but you know, if you're going to make the step up, this is a good scale to do it on. It's a good atmosphere, and I'm sure the crowd are going to get behind these 2 debut fighters.
That's right, semi-pro over 2 4-minute rounds, and they will learn so much, win or lose from this. And that's the great thing about this opening fight.
Very open, movement-based guard at the moment from Gudanowski, and he's immediately got him for the takedown. Big pickup. And he's got a good half guard here on top.
Yes, Skiba very well supported here from Dell's Fitness Center, but at the moment, as you said, great work from Gudanowski.
Yeah, Skiba did a good job of trying to frame and restore the guard, but he managed to just off balance and roll Gudanowski in top position again here.
Now, in my experience with the coaches, Josh, they'll just be happy if they can get their man making his debut back to the corner for the end of the first, because so much goes through their minds, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. But both these gentlemen, to their credit, staying very calm at the moment. Gudanowski's managed to get that underhook, look back for a half guard. He is flat on his back here, though, so more of a solid top position for Skiba at this stage.
And when you said that both men remaining very calm, adrenaline, probably the biggest enemy of a debutant, isn't it?
Oh, certainly. It's a huge adrenaline dump. All those emotions, all that anxiety, it's very easy to get carried away and just essentially be tired within the first minute or so.
Well, a low kick exchange there from both men, and hesitant left hands as well from both.
Yeah, punches looking a little loose, a little winged at this stage. A little searching as well, not too much pop on them. But they're starting to feel a little bit of what each other is about here.
And I've got to be honest, I felt they looked far more comfortable and competent on the ground, both men.
Both looking like, you know, a much more seasoned grapplers. Clearly that's perhaps both their realm. And as you mentioned, the stand-ups are, I think, a little woolly at this stage. Yeah,
swinging arms, bit wild. As I said, we can allow them the fact that they're debutants as well. We must take that into consideration here. But I honestly feel that as it's standing upright was nowhere near as exciting or technical as when they went to ground.
No, neither man's, you know, holding their guard up, neither man's showing good footwork. It's very regimented. You throw some punches, I'll throw some punches, and neither one's connecting. But certainly, as we see when they clinch, it's a lot closer fight, a lot more technical, and you know, some good work with the knees here from Gudanowski.
That's right, and it was Gudanowski that took that excellent takedown slam. Nice low leg kick though. And I think it's about this stage in the round where we'll see that adrenaline dump if there was nerves that were well camouflaged, Josh.
Yeah, I think that's fair comment, Malcolm. It'd be nice to see one of these guys really try and open up and settle into the punches. I think they'd get a big upper hand in this fight if they did. But looking for the standing arm triangle possibly is Gudanowski. There we go. Looking it up. He's got a good squeeze on here. Let's see if he can break the posture.
Take your fingers out of his eyes. Be careful.
And finally it ends up on the ground again, Josh, where I said we saw their best work of the round so far.
Yeah, Skiba with the mount position here. That head and arm choke not working so well for Gudanowski in the end.
And to be honest, Skiba's position was a bit fortuitous. They almost just sort of like rolled into it, didn't they?
Yeah, it certainly was. He's looking for an Ezekiel choke here. Very hard to do without the gi and just using the wrists. But of course, semi-pro here, so no striking in these 2 4-minute rounds.
And that's where the men can really learn their trade.
Oh, searching for the armbar though. Don't think he's quite going to be able to break the posture of the head with that left leg.
And it's right at the bell as well. Well, Josh, a very interesting round in the fact that it looked very good and technical when it went downstairs, but to be honest, quite sloppy and like two men making their debut when they were stood upright.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, most of the round was Gudanowski pushing forward, a couple of good takedowns, some good control, but, you know, the end of the round there, the dominant position went to Skiba. So a pretty even fight there on the ground between these two.
Now, Josh, the interesting thing here, semi-pro, it's only 2 rounds. And when you have a first round like that, you really need someone now in this second to take it by the scruff.
Yeah, and of course then it's not even guaranteed that, you know, they're going to come away with the win. Of course, 2 4-minute rounds, very easy to see a draw in this kind of rule setup here. And, you know, these guys are setting themselves up for that right now. Again, though, big double leg pickup, but not able to secure the position on top.
And that's what we said about slams sometime. You've got to know what you're doing there, because you can get that distance and actually end up as the man suffering from your move.
Yeah, certainly. You just give your opponent that bit too much space, looking for an ankle lock possibly.
And that was the problem for Gudanowski, the space he gave Skiba from his slam. And they're back upright again. And you feel with their evenness on the ground, Josh, if one man could take control here, this might be the defining point of the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is what we said in the first round. If one guy can find it to really come forward, put that pop in his punches, he could probably get the upper hand here, but moving very nicely to the back and a good suplex. Oh, and in for the sport armbar. Went to knee on belly, just a little loose.
And again, but that's that learning curve, isn't it? That's that debutant. He's trying for the submissions there. These are things that you will learn in time the more experience you get.
Well, it was a very nice, quick attempt at that submission. Unfortunately, you know, it just wasn't quite tight enough. It's cost him here. And, you know, Skiba finds himself in the mount position, really looking for a bit of a smother choke here.
And that's the unfortunate thing for Gudanowski. Both times that Skiba's been in a dominant position, he sort of like virtually fell into it from what Gudanowski initiated.
Yeah, Gudanowski's been the guy pushing forward. He's been the one showing that better technicality and aggression with the wrestling. He just hasn't been able to secure that position off the back of it. And, you know, sometimes that just goes in your opponent's favor, as we see here.
But it does ask the question, Josh, if it stays like this, I mean, we might get a submission yet. It's very seesaw in that respect, isn't it? A very tough one to judge.
Well, it is, but I think certainly in this second round, you know, if Chris Skiba is the one reversing the position on the way down, that's good defensive counter grappling. Again, though, looking for the armbar, hyperextending the left arm of Gudanowski. He's really arching his hips.
He's tapped, Josh. We were just saying the unfortunate thing when Gudanowski looks back on his debut, he gave Skiba his chances both times, and the second time he was made to pay for it. Most dramatically, really. Yeah,
absolutely. It was a lovely armbar from mount, very classical, traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But, you know, we saw a very nice armbar attempt from Gudanowski. So, as you said, Malcolm, really nice work on the ground from both these guys. Stand up, just needs a little bit of work, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by armbar in the second round at 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Fighting out of the blue corner, please put your hands together for DAMIAN SKIBA. And a big round of applause for LUCAZ GUDANOWSKI.